Hi, babe. You there?
Oh my God, yes, I'm right here. Is everything all right? Is it the baby? Are you in labor?
No, everything is fine. You know I'm not due for another few weeks.
I know. I'm just so freaked out every time the phone rings or I see you texting me.
Well, we've planned everything out as best as anyone can. The rest is just up to Mother Nature, I guess.
Yeah, I guess. Somehow that doesn't make me feel any better. I mean, I'm just so on edge every minute of the day. I can't imagine what it must be like for you.
I know, babe. I'm definitely nervous too, but millions of women do this every day, right? With a lot less support than I have.
And you are absolutely sure about what we talked about? You don't want any drugs administered at all at the hospital?
Yes, I am very serious about that. Unless something goes wrong, I don't want any drugs. No epidural, nothing for the pain. I want everything as natural as possible. I can't ever take the risk of becoming anything like my mom.
Babe, I know how your mom's addiction has impacted your family's life, but I don't think a few painkillers are going to turn you into a drug addict. Those drugs exist to help people get through pain. Most people who take them never abuse them.
Yeah, well, if I wind up needing a C-section or something goes wrong, I guess I'll have no choice. But if I can help it, I want to avoid putting anything like that in my body. Watching my mom go in and out of rehabs, disappear for months at a time, use our food money for drugs, lie to everyone, steal from her own family. She was even living on the streets at one point.
Yes, babe, I know. I can't imagine how traumatizing that must have been for you, and still is. A lot of new moms want their mother there with them when they're giving birth. I'm sorry she can't be there for you.
All I need is you. And speaking of that, your mom mentioned to me that she would actually like to be there in the delivery room.
Oh, yeah. I know, that's weird, right?
Honestly, yes, for me, that's really weird. I don't want her in there. I know she means well and how excited she is for her first grandchild. But your mom and I are not that close. And the idea of her seeing me in that condition, that's just gross to me.
I know. I 100% agree. I don't understand why she even asked. I don't want to diminish your own story of how it was living with your mom. But I've told you before, my mom was no picnic, believe me. My sister and I have begged her for years to see someone about her mental health. She just shrugs us off. And my dad just smiles and nods to anything she says. She gets some pretty outlandish ideas sometimes.
She keeps saying she's going to be there for me since my own mom can't. It's a nice idea, I guess, but it's definitely not what I want. Can you please make her understand?
Absolutely. I'll have a talk with her soon.
Hey there, hon. Your dad says he saw your number on the caller ID. Any news?
Yes, we're here, at the hospital. Becca's in labor. Her water broke this morning around 9 and I rushed her over here.
Oh my gosh, it's all happening. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Dad and I will be there as soon as we can get there. Tell Becca not to worry, I'll be there soon.
Okay, Mom, that's great if you guys want to be here in the waiting room to support us, but I really just wanted to give you a heads up. The doctor says it'll still be at least a few hours now. I wouldn't want you waiting here all day. I can call you when I have more news.
Oh, Timothy, don't be ridiculous. Now, I know that Becca said she didn't want me in the room with her. I don't know, for modesty or something, but take it from me. When she really starts to feel those labor pains, she'll want me there. There are some things that only another woman can understand. And if she's really planning on doing all this without an epidural, she's gonna need all the help she can get.
Mom, I told you, Becca's very serious about this.
Oh, I know. With her mother's history of being a meth head junkie, I can understand.
Okay, that's not really the terminology we use for it at home, but yeah, she's an addict.
And like Becca said, it could run in the family. She said her uncle was also a terrible alcoholic. Who knows what could happen if Becca ever got strong drugs in her? She'd probably be right where her mother is in no time.
Okay, I think that's very unlikely. If something happens and she needs those drugs, it'll be for a medical purpose. People can't stop getting medical treatment or surgery just because a family member has a drug problem.
Well, that's why I want to be there with you two, to make sure I can help so she doesn't need them. Imagine what would happen if they gave her the drugs and not only she gets addicted, but the baby comes out addicted too.
Wow. Okay, Mom, you are really embellishing things here, don't you think? That's not the way it works.
Well, like I said, I won't let it happen. So just tell me what room they have you in and I'll be there in a jiff.
Mom, that's what I've been trying to tell you. Please don't act like this is the first time you've heard this. Becca just wants me in there with her for the baby's birth. You know this.
Oh, I know she said that, but I just assumed she'd change her mind when the time comes.
No, Mom, she hasn't changed her mind about that. Why don't you and Dad just stay at home for a bit? I will let you know as soon as there's more progress here, okay? I promise. You will definitely get to see your grandchild very shortly after he is born, but just not at the exact moment he's born, okay? That's what Becca and I want. Please respect that. Mom, I've got some news for you.
Was the baby born? We are right here in the waiting room. Can we come see him?
Not yet. There have been some complications here. Long story short, they're prepping Becca right now for an emergency C-section.
No! Oh, Timothy, don't let them do it! She can't handle drugs like that! You know what will happen to her!
Mom, the doctors know Becca's family history and say there is nothing at all to worry about. This is a life and death decision for both Becca and the baby. Listen, I gotta go. They're getting me ready, too, to be with her. I just want to let you know what's happening.
Well, then I guess we all know what we have to do now.
Okay. Thanks, Mom. Love you.
So, how are our patients doing?
Oh, man, it's a bit crazy here.
I bet it is. You know your father and I would have been happy to drive the three of you home, get you settled in.
Yeah, I know. Becca just wanted to come home to a quiet house, but he hasn't stopped crying or breastfeeding. She definitely can't get any sleep. And she's really very uncomfortable from the C-section.
Well, of course she is. It's a major surgery. But are you sure she should be breastfeeding him?
Huh? What do you mean? Why wouldn't she? We met with the lactation specialist in the hospital. She said that Becca was doing a great job with it.
Oh, but she's passing all those drugs in her system on to him.
Mom, please, you have to cool it with that. Everything is fine. We are following doctor's orders here.
Of course you are. Sorry to overreact.
But I am realizing that I didn't plan some things as well as I should have. There are lots of things I need from the store. We barely have any food for ourselves. And there is some kind of special cream Becca is supposed to have for her incision.
Well, can I come bring it to you?
You know what would be great? Could you come by and sit with them for an hour or two while I run out? I don't want to leave them alone right now. I mean, I'm sure Becca would be fine for an hour, but just in case.
And Becca says that's okay?
Yup. I think she's hoping she can nap for a bit. She says come on over.
Well, then we will be right there. Anything for that grandbaby of mine.
Thanks, Mom. I appreciate it. Mom, where the hell are you? And what have you done with Jake? Mom, answer me. Becca woke up from a nap and saw that Jake wasn't there. She thought maybe you took him in the yard or something, but his bassinet is gone. His car seat, too.
Yes, that's right. We needed his car seat to be safe, of course. So don't you worry. We have everything under control. This little guy's going to be perfectly safe and healthy under our care. Don't you worry about that.
Under your care? What the hell are you talking about?
Timothy, I told you very clearly that we all knew what we had to do now. It's bad enough that Becca even got the chance to breastfeed little Jakey. I should have thought of something to prevent that, but I am only human. I can't be expected to take care of everything. But at least we can now all rest easy now that Jake is safe.
Rest easy? Mom, what the hell are you saying?
Well, Jake is going to have to come and live with Dad and I, obviously. What's he going to do? Live with a drug-addicted mother? Oh, I saw those pill bottles all over Becca's nightstand. I can see the writing on the wall. Believe you me?
What pill bottles? You mean the Tylenol? That's literally all she's taking to help with the pain from the C-section.
Oh, honey, I'm sure she's got something else stashed away in those bottles of hers. That's how addicts are, honey. They are very sneaky. They'll do whatever it takes to get their fix. You said it yourself. Becca's mom was always lying and stealing from her family. All she cared about was getting her drugs.
Becca is not her mother.
Well, not yet, maybe. But that's not my concern right now. Right now, my priority is taking care of this baby and making sure Becca doesn't get anywhere near him.
Mom, this is absurd. Think about what you're doing. You have kidnapped our baby. Jake needs his mother right now. Please. Becca is in hysterics over here. You've got to bring him back. Now.
Oh, you aren't thinking clearly right now, honey. You are all overtired. Why don't you get some sleep? And the lawyer can clear things up tomorrow.
Lawyer? What are you talking about?
Well, I, of course, intend to handle this the right way. Dad and I have spoken to our lawyer, and he's going to draw up the papers to petition the court for us to have legal custody of Jakey, on account of Becca being a druggie and all.
Wait a minute here. You actually got a lawyer to agree to this?
Well, your father left him a voicemail last night, so I'm sure he's working on it right now.
No, Mom, that makes zero sense. You honestly think a court is going to take our baby from us just because you say so? And Dad is just going along with this insane plan of yours? Why am I not surprised? Where are you? Are you at the house? Beck and I are coming there now.
Oh, no. We're headed out of state until the proceedings are all taken care of.
So let me get this straight. You've kidnapped our newborn son and are planning to drive him out of state.
You'll see in time that we've made the right decision for Jake, honey. Don't worry. You'll get to see him eventually. I wouldn't keep him from you. And I'm not sure what we'll do about Becca yet. Maybe she'll have to take a drug test before supervised visitations. Who knows? That's for the courts to decide. I guess I can't be expected to figure out everything.
Mom, please listen to me. You're the one who isn't thinking clearly here. Becca is not a drug addict. She's Jake's mother, and right now, he needs to be with her.
Some people just aren't born to be mothers, honey. It's unfortunate. Becca seems like a sweet girl, but I think this whole pregnancy was a little too much for her to handle. You tell her that I've got it all under control now, so there's nothing to worry about at all.
So, you really aren't going to turn the car around and bring him to us? Mom? Hello? All right, you're leaving us no choice here. My parents were arrested about 100 miles away from our house. Jake was returned to us immediately. At first, my mother tried to claim that Jake was her son. Then she changed her story, saying that we'd given custody to her because we couldn't handle being parents. And of course, my mom claimed that Becca was an addict and that Jake shouldn't be with us. But the police have told us not to worry about that. My mom and dad are both in the process of a psychiatric evaluation. And we're now in the situation of deciding whether or not to press charges against my parents. It's the craziest time of my life. But at least I have my family back together. Me, my newborn son, and my amazing wife.
Have a true tech story of your own? Tell us in the comments. And don't forget to subscribe for more True Tech Stories!